Hello, I'm Ronnie Beck, and this is a continuing series for American entrepreneurship since 1900 through Liberty University in the fall of 2021. This week's topic, I'm telling the story of an individual from post-war America. My subject for this conversation is Maurice Sanditen. Now, Mr. Sanditen was a co-founder of the Oklahoma Tire and Supply Company, which is better known as Otasco, and I hope you enjoy this presentation. Maurice Sanditen came to America at the age of 15. Later, he co-founded the Oklahoma Tire and Supply Company, which is otherwise known as Otasco. The Oklahoma Tire and Supply Company was founded in 1918 and provided services for its customers for 70 years. With this research being an emphasis on post-war America, we'll fast forward to the 1940s. Maurice served as the president of the company, which prospered during this era. It reached its pinnacle in the late 1960s when over 450 stores in 14 states throughout the mid-southern states operated. Maurice was incredibly philanthropic by supporting community events as much as possible, and this charitable influence expanded through all races within Oklahoma, as evidenced through his and his company's support of local tribes and the African American establishments. As an example, he gave large donations to the Hutchinson Community YMCA, which was a black neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Maurice was known as a civic leader there in Tulsa. He served as president of the Tulsa Chamber of Commerce in the 1950s, and there's a lot of evidence from the local black newspapers of the time of how they felt about him and his company. Because Otasco was an equal opportunity employer with several black employees, and they would often hold banquets with and for the African American employees. Employees often pointed out that minority employees share in all the extended benefits of the company. There's also much evidence that Maurice really tried to take care of his employees. He gave out very gracious gifts every year, and he even made sure to take care of his employees who were either served in World War II and whenever they were serving in Korea. Still paid them salary and took care of them during their families during the Christmas times. If you ask him about his company's success, he's going to tell you that they just simply followed the principle of the golden rule. Now, he was a Jewish immigrant, and as I kind of alluded to, by his services to the African American community, there was a lot of evidence, as there were several editorials in the local black newspapers about Maurice and his actions, such as his active participation in the Anti-Defamation League. It's truly evident that Maurice had a heart for his fellow man. He strove for the betterment of society and equality. And, in his business practices in his own company, as an example, Otasco announced a program in the 1950s where they would allow customers to come in and trade in old merchandise so they could purchase new items. Those old items would then be given to charity. There was a feeling of genuine warmth for Maurice and the other top executives from his company, which were basically his brothers. The customers and the communities had a lot of loyalty to this company, especially during the 50s and 60s. Maurice was appointed to various boards by the governor of the state of Oklahoma during the time. And after the sale of Otasco to a giant corporation in 1960, he was still kept on as the chairman of the board, which he served on until his retirement after the company's 50th year of operation in 1968. Maurice Sanditen died in 1970 at the age of 79 and left a legacy, especially in the state of Oklahoma, for building and running a company that served the communities for over 70 years.